sense as we go through this series as far as like functional terms. Again, not just hitting you all with a grab bag of vocabulary words that may or may not be useful. So kind of what I tried to narrow it down to this time is that what we'll talk about today is the Spanish terms for professions. And I've compiled a list of common professions that I wanted to share with you all today. We'll see how many we get through and what makes sense as far as time. And we may do the A to Z Spanish if it makes sense on time. Because I want to give you all a video that you can enjoy, and not one that you feel like you have to slog through. That's never the point of ASMR. It's to relax, not to wish that it was over. Before we get started here, a couple of things to get to. One, you may hear some background noise as far as yard work that's taking place in my neighborhood. Not a whole lot I can do about that as far as controlling the controllables, so hopefully it is relaxing ancillary noise and not distracting background noise. So, working with what I got. But beyond that, also, if you like these videos, please leave them a like. It promotes those videos to be seen by other people who may also enjoy them. If you like the videos that I'm putting out, please subscribe. That allows me to continue to make videos for you all. And last of all, if there's someone else out there that you know enjoys ASMR like you do, and that you think they may enjoy these videos, share them with a friend. Always looking to grow the audience and hopefully make it something that everybody enjoys. Now, with those things out of the way, we can go ahead and get started. So like I said, I've got a list that I had put together and tried to make it in alphabetical order. And so we'll go through as many as we can until I feel like we're running out of steam. So the very first one we'll get into, and they'll be A to Z in Spanish. That's noteworthy. So the first one is abogado, which is lawyer. Abogado. And I'll make a note up here at the top just as a reminder that L and La go with O and A. And what I mean by that is any profession that ends in an O here, unless I specify otherwise, you can change it to A. So a male lawyer would be el abogado, but you can also have a female lawyer, la abogada. You would just change it to an A at the end and put la first. So you'll see that for the ones that end in O, that you can make that change. Next is acero, and that's a steel worker. So kind of like on a construction site kind of thing. Next is agrimensor. That's a surveyor. Next is albañil. That's a brick mason. Next is almanacero. Let me double check. That's almanacero. Let me make sure. I gotta think about it. Almacenero. Sorry about that, guys. Almacenero. There we go. Almacenero. And that's going to be a grocer. The next one's a fun one. Anfitriona. That's a flight attendant. Anfitriona. This one's pretty close to a cognate. Architect. Architect. Love it when it's a good cognate, right? Can't ask for much more than a good cognate. Alright, now we're gonna shift into the B's. And I'll put a little line under here for the next letter. Next is bombero. That's a fireman. Fireman. Next is botones. And that's a bellhop, which you may not hear that much anymore, but that's still, I think they're still out there. Next, there's a few different ones for this. So, let me double check. So there's two options here. Camarero, which I've seen used for waiter, but they also have mesero. Mesero is what I had found. Mesero. And that's bartender. 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 Mesero. Next is cajero. Cajero. That's going to be a cashier. Cajero. Cajero. Next is camionero. That's a truck driver. Camionero. Camionero. Next is campesino. Campesino. That's a farm worker. And I guess one thing that's worthy of note here is that there are a few of these professions that they have multiple words for them from my research. So if there's a different word or if it varies by your region, feel free to leave me a comment because I'm always curious to see how the terms for different professions vary by region or even just state to state, country to country kind of thing. Next is going to be carnicero. Carnicero. That's going to be a butcher. Carnicero. This is a close to cognate. Carpintero. Carpenter. Carpintero. Next, cartero. It's going to be a postal worker. And again, for some of these, it's neat that they take the root word for a different thing and make it so like carnicero, carne is meat, so meat worker, or cartero, carta is letter, so that's a letter carrier or a postal worker. Next is casero, and that's a landlord. Landlord, casero. Next is cazador. Cazador. That's a hunter. Hunter. Next is científico. Científico. Scientist. Scientist. Científico. Next, cirujano. That's a surgeon. Cirujano. Next is cocinero. That's a chef. And again, if I'm looking for hidden words in there, cocinar means to cook. So cocinero is a chef. Next is conductor. Conductor. That's going to be a chauffeur. I had to think about how to spell that word for a second. Chauffeur. Not one I'm using every day for sure. Chauffeur. Next is constructor. Constructor. That's a construction worker. as I go along here, I can hear the background noise, and I really hope that it isn't a nuisance to you all. But if you all can leave a comment and let me know if it's really coming through strong, then in the future I'll just hold off on recording any videos until there's not any noise like this at all. Next is criada. That's going to be a maid. Criada. Next, I'm getting into a new letter here. Dentista. Dentista. Dentist. And I'll put a star by this one because this one is dentista. It's either el dentista or la dentista. So I'll put a little star by that one because it's an exception. Dependiente. Dependiente. It's going to be a store clerk. Dependiente. Next, a great cognate. Detective. Detective. And that's going to be detective. A true cognate. How about that? This one, less so. This is what you could call a false cognate, where you think it's one thing, but it's something else. Director is actually going to be principal. Director. Director. Alright, next is going to be dueño. Dueño. And I've seen that used as just a business owner. Dueño. Dueño. Electricista. Electrician. And I'll put another star by this one because it's like dentista. Electricista. Or like electricista. Oh my gosh. Yeah, electricista. Electricita. Electricista. There we go. Sorry. Empleado. Employee. Empleado. Enfermero. Nurse. Enfermero. Escritor. It's a writer. And that's another one where escribir is the word for to write. So you can see it's not a stretch for them to see how they got escritor. Alright. Next, we're getting into the F's now. Farmaceutico. 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 That's going to be pharmacist. Pharmacist. Next is ferroviario. Some of these words are just really fun. Ferroviario, railroad worker. Ferroviario. Say that 5 times fast. Alright. Next is going to be gaucho. But I've also seen it, or it also is vaquero, which is cowboy. And I'll give you a little fun fact about this one. In the Old West, when some of the Western workers would interact with some of the Spanish or Hispanic workers, the Englishmen would be cowboys, but they would use the Spanish word vaquero, but the English speakers would butcher the word, and it eventually became edited and tweaked and became the slang word that we know. If you've ever heard buckaroo, vaquero, buckaroo, they butchered it so many times that it eventually became a slang word used for cowboy, and now we just use it like you would use it for buddy. You say vaquero, buckaroo. So, oh, and we're in the G's now. Next is going to be, we're in the H's now. Herador, Herador, which is a blacksmith. Herador, Herador. Next is hostia, 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 hostess, hostia. This is a near cognate, not necessarily in spelling, but in phonetics. Ingeniero, ingeniero is an engineer. Next is jardinero, a gardener. And this makes sense because the word jardín, which is garden, is in it, in the middle of it. Next, and we went into H's and I's. Next is juez, juez, which is a judge. Juez. Next is lavandero, which is a laundry worker. Lavandero. And that makes sense because lavar is the word for to wash. And that similarly goes with lechero, which is milkman. Leche is in the word. Leche is the word for milk, if you didn't already know. And then we'll close out this half of the paper with maestro. Teacher. Maestro. Maestro. Alright, next is maquinista. Maquinista. And that's a machinist. And I'll put a star next to that because it's with an A either way. Next is marinero. 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 That's a seaman. Or worker. I guess you could say seaman or sea worker. Next is mecánico. Mecánico. Mechanic. Mechanic. Mecánico. Next is médico. Médico. That's a doctor. Next is padre, which is father, but in a professional term, it's priest. And for any baseball fans, that's where we get the name the San Diego Padres. San Diego Priests. Next is panadero. That's a baker. It's got the word pan in it, which is bread. So, literally, bread maker. Alright. Next is paramédico. Paramedic. Paramedic. Pastor. Pastor. Good cognate. Always coming through. Periodista. Periodista is a reporter. I'll put a star by that because it ends in A. And it's going to stay that way. Pescador is a fisherman. Pescador. Pintor is going to be a painter. Pintor. Plomero. almost a true cognate, but you drop an S for the Spanish version. Lots of P's in here, by the way. Programador is a computer programmer. Computer programmer. Next is psicólogo. 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 Psychologist. Psicólogo. Not to be confused, because even I get confused between these two sometimes, is psiquiatra. Psiquiatra. That's going to be a psychiatrist. Psiquiatra. Next up, we're finally out of the P's and into the Q's. Químico. Químico. It's a chemist. Químico. Next is chiropractico. 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 Chiropractor. Chiropractico. Out of the Q's into the R's. Rabino is rabbi. Rabino. Rebuscador. I like this one because, well, you'll see in just a second. Researcher. So it's got busca, which is buscar, which means to look for. So their job title is literally, they just look for things. So I like that one. Reparador is repairman. Next, soldador. Soldador. Soldador is a welder. Next, just one S. Taxista. Taxista, the taxi driver. I'll make the little line down the middle here real quick. Making the line, making the line, making the line, making the line. And we're almost to the end of the alphabet here. Getting close. Next is going to be tendero, which is a shopkeeper. And again, some of these words have some overlap in their use and meaning. And then we will see trabajador de fábrica. It's a factory worker. Trabajador de fábrica. And then trabajador. No. Trabajador is just used as a workman, or also seen it as a laborer. Laborer. And then we'll do last but certainly not least, veterinario. 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 So, real quick from the top. Abogado, lawyer. Acercero, steel worker. Agrimensor, surveyor. Albañil, brick mason. Almacenero, grocer. I messed that one up both times I had a chance at it. Anfitriona, flight attendant. casero, landlord, cazador, hunter, científico, scientist, cirujano, surgeon, cocinero, chef, conductor, chauffeur, constructor, construction worker, consultor, consultant, contador, accountant, criada, maid, dentista, dentist, dependiente, store clerk, detective, director, principal, dueño, business owner, electricista, electrician, empleado, employee, enfermero, nurse, escritor, writer, farmacéutico, pharmacist, ferroviario, railroad worker, gaucho, cowboy, gerente, manager, granjero, farmer, herrador, blacksmith, hostia, hostess, engineer, jardinero, gardener, juez, judge, lavandero, laundry worker, lechero, milkman, maestro, teacher, maquinista, machinist, marinero, seaman, mecanic, medico, doctor, padre, priest, panadero, baker, paramedico, paramedic, pastor, periodista, reporter, pescador, fisherman, pintor, painter, plomero, plumber, policía, policeman, professor, programador, computer programmer, psicólogo, psychologist, psychiatrist, químico, chemist, chiropractor, rabino, rabbi, rebuscador, researcher, reparador, repairman, soldador, welder, taxista, taxi driver, tendero, shopkeeper, trabajador de fábrica, factory worker, trabajador, workman, and veterinarian. I think that's enough for one video, so we'll call it a day at that. As always, if there's something more you want to see, let me know. I hope these videos are beneficial, relaxing, and informative for you all. I think, yeah, until next time, we'll see you soon.